Hi, this is Dr. Daniel Amen.
And I'm Tana Amen.
We're so excited you're with us. For this week's series, what we're doing is we're playing the live class from the end of mental illness.
We wanted you to join us on this journey because we had such a good time in our class, and the people who joined us had just saw such incredible transformation that we wanted to share the challenge with our tribe. So we wanted to share this with you, and we hope that you will join us in the challenge.
The S in Bright Minds is sleep issues. It's just so important. 60 million Americans have sleep-related issues, things like chronic insomnia, sleeping pills, sleep apnea can devastate the brain. And what we see in sleep apnea, actually the brain looks like it has early Alzheimer's disease with these pitting decreases across your parietal lobes in the top back part of your brain. It's not good for your brain because your brain is the most oxygen hungry organ in the body, and any oxygen debt state damages the brain. So when you sleep, your brain cleans or washes itself. And this study is really interesting. Soldiers who got 7 hours of sleep at night were 98% accurate on the range. Those who got just 6 hours were only 50% accurate. Think about that.
1 hour less.
5 hours, 28% accurate. 4 hours, they're dangerous.
So now think about that. How many times have you gone, oh, I didn't sleep last night. I got like 2 hours less, but I'll just push through. Like I can do it. Anyway, I can do anything for, I say it all the time, like especially getting through college. I can do anything for, a short amount of time. Lack of sleep, no problem. It is a problem. 2 hours less made them 25% as accurate. So that's just a huge problem when it comes to your life.
So I like this comment from the Skylark. Better to give the body a good foundation of health and nutrition before trying to do cleanses or fasting.
Yes, I agree.
Your body needs the tools before it can do detox safely. I just think you should be detoxing all the time.
Live in a detox state, but that doesn't mean you have to fast.
So shift work, I'm doing this program. Tana is actually going to help me with it, with the Newport Beach Police Department, and police officers, firefighters, first responders, nurses often have shift work. And there's a toll to those of you that are doing shift work, higher incidence of obesity, diabetes, hypertension, inflammation. It negatively affects your hormones and can increase cognitive impairment. So let's just go through these risk factors.
I quit after 4 months of working nights because I thought, oh, okay, I'll figure out, I'll adjust to it. Yeah, my way of adjusting to it as a trauma nurse, I was so afraid I was going to fall asleep. I was eating M&Ms all night. I was eating M&Ms and drinking coffee all night. And then I'd start to fall asleep every morning when I was driving home. Then I couldn't sleep during the day because my brain just doesn't sleep during the day. And then I found myself heading for a center divider one morning. And I'm like, I'm done. That's it. So for me, it was 4 months before I realized this lifestyle is never going to work.
And did they teach you how to manage shift work?
Of course not.
Isn't that crazy? You're in a medical center. You're in a world-class medical center at Loma Linda, and they put you on nights, but they don't teach you how.
Oh, and they put you on nights and you work double shifts. That's fun.
All right. So how do you manage shift work? Brain envy. Make it a priority. Before work, you want to plan your light exposure during the day. A bright light box, and BrainMD has a brand new light box. So you guys should put the link so they can see it in your morning to reset the circadian rhythm. Limit caffeine to 12 hours before sleep. The time to exercise is before work, not after work. And limit shift changes to try to allow your body to adapt. After work, limit bright lights, low dose melatonin. We have a brand new sleep product coming out called Put Me to Sleep. So excited about it. It's chewable. It's got lower dose melatonin, but along with theanine and 5-HTP and magnesium, GABA. I'm so excited about it. Make sure you have a routine, sleep and wake up at the same time. Avoid meals and alcohol 2 hours before bed. People put themselves to sleep, especially police officers, with alcohol. It's just a way to manage the stress, but it's actually over time increasing their stress. Blackout shades, really important. I know that's important for you.
Oh no, I've gone around the room with duct tape and covered every single light source I can find. Like I've got duct tape over everything. The stupid fire, what is that? The fire, alarm, the smoke detector. Like everything in the house has got duct tape on it. Yeah.
What if you're a contractor and never work the same hours each day?
Yeah, it's tricky.
It's tricky. You have to make it a priority. I was eating M&Ms, coffee, and drinking Coca-Cola.
See? Is that a nurse?
Probably.
Yeah.
So bedtime routines, things to calm you down, bath, soothing music on BrainFit Life, our online app. We have hypnosis. One of my favorite tracks is Hypnosis for Sleep. Lavender, the scent of lavender.
Oh, I found the best lavender bedtime tea by Buddha Teas or something. Oh my gosh, it smells so yummy. And it's just so soothing right before bed. Every night, that's my...
You should put a link on TanaAmen.com. So you can improve your memory tomorrow by getting better sleep tonight. So basically, with all of the Bright Minds risk factors, know if you have it, avoid things that hurt it, and then do things that help it. I mean, that's like so simple. And so for sleep, you want to avoid caffeine, a warm room. You are freezing me out. No, I have never had to wear pajamas since I was like 7.
67.
And now I'm buying all these pajamas because she's freezing me out.
It's the only way I can sleep. I sleep like a baby if it's freezing cold, and I am up all night. Like, it just drives me crazy.
It's reminding me of when I was in the Army and we'd do...
Aren't you happy?
Drills in the middle.
For me to be like, are those good memories?
In the winter, we have to be in a tent for 3 months. No, those were not good memories. Just give me a moment. I just need a moment.
67. That is my sleep temperature.
Warm room is problematic for sleep.
Yes.
Your gadgets, turn them off. Alcohol, all of these are bad for you. So a dark room with no noise, except sometimes we have sleep enhancing music. I don't know if I told you that
you've told everybody repeatedly.
Billboard's New Age Artist of the Year,
we are never going
years
to
in a row because of Music for Bright Minds.
Even though he's never been a musician.
But I create the music with my friend Barry Goldstein. But our album Feel Better Fast and Make It Last, I think it was like the number 5 album last year. It's pretty cool. But we have sleep strategies, sleep music for you, hypnosis, as we said, and then supplements can help. All right. These are the 11 major risk factors that steal your mind. Next time, we're going to talk about supplements for your brain. And I hope those of you that are watching that you engage in the challenge that we have for you. So,
are we getting people sending their stuff in?
We want you to fill out your online survey each week so that we can know if you're better, if you want to be entered into the challenge. And we want to know your progress and your questions. In fact, we might have time to answer a few more questions. Why don't you look at that while I give you your tasks for week 3?
Okay.
So day one, right? Do I have a mental health challenge? There's a questionnaire to help you realize that. Download it, fill it out. You don't have to send it in, but we just want you to say you did this. Day 2 is decrease your screen time even just by 15 minutes a day, because screen time can mess up your sleep. Day 3, get 20 minutes of sun or take 5,000 international units of vitamin D. I pretty much want all of my patients to take that to get a high normal level. Day 4, find 20 foods you love that love you back. We're going to give you a handout with 100 brain healthy foods. Just circle 20. Find 20 more foods you love that love you back. 6, hypnosis for sleep. So we're actually going to give you the download. And day 7, limit sugar. And we're going to help you track that. So these are the week 3 tasks. Do them. And we have just a couple of minutes. Do you have a question you're going to answer?
There are some great questions here. They're just hilarious.
Okay, we have 4 minutes.
Okay, so I don't even know where to start, but this is so good. Let's see. What are more foods that we can eat to give us omega-3s rather than taking supplements, which are rather expensive? I'm a huge fan of trying to take the supplement because it's just a higher dose and a cleaner source.
It's purified.
Right, it's purified. But because you would need to eat a lot of fish, basically you need to eat a lot of fish, you can get omega-3s in other sources, but they're not the right kind of omega-3s. And you're going to end up getting some omega-6s.
Well, so the Monterey Bay Aquarium has an app called seafoodwatch.org, and it'll tell you the healthiest, cleanest, most sustainably raised fish. And sometimes farm fish is okay. And they will tell you, eat this, don't eat that.
Right. But eating several servings a day, you can end up running into problems, like several people we know who end up with high mercury levels. You just have to be careful. So that's one of the issues. Blue-green algae, but that's, again, it's a supplement. So you're into that same supplement.
Somebody has a question. Where do we get the materials for the assignments? So underneath the live class, there's links to the surveys, and actually, I don't see the link to all live class Survey Monkey. Oh, for class resources such as downloads, go to, and there's a link, endofmentalillness.com/brain. So there's a link for you underneath the video.
So there's a couple here you might want to answer. But there's one here that's funny. What do you take when you puke when you take fish oil? So there are some people who are really sensitive to the big capsules and some people who are just super sensitive to the taste of fish oil. One thing I recommend is like say a teaspoon or a big tablespoon of almond butter, something like that that's heavy to keep it down. It might make you feel a little better.
Or have it after you eat. For me, initially, I had to have breakfast or lunch, and then I would take my supplements afterwards, and they wouldn't bother me.
Me too, but I need something sort of fatty and heavy to keep it down for me.
There are some liquid fish oils. We're actually going to have a liquid fish oil coming up that tastes amazing. So watch out for that coming soon.
This one's really good.
Which one?
There's a whiplash one here.
How does whiplash cause brain injury, and how soon would symptoms appear? If a baby or toddler suffers a head injury, do you recommend a brain scan or wait and see? Does insurance ever cover brain SPECT scans? Okay, there's 3 questions there. Whiplash damages your brain because people think of it as a neck injury, but what's on top of your neck? It's your brain. Slams the front, slams the back.
Like shaken baby.
It can cause shearing, damage to blood vessels, scar tissue. And the symptoms actually may not show up for a couple of months because it takes time for the scar tissue to actually form in the brain. If a baby or toddler suffers a head injury, if they have any neurological symptoms, the first thing is make sure they get a CT scan so that they don't have a bleed. Probably I wouldn't recommend a SPECT scan until they're about 4 or 5. And yes, insurance often will cover SPECT, generally not for psychiatric problems because that has nothing to do with the brain, but for things like dementia or traumatic brain injury or toxic exposure or infections. Insurance companies often will cover it. Generally, you have to fuss with them a bit. All right. Well, we are out of time. We are grateful to the 1,000 people watching, and over this next week, we'll probably get 7,000 or 8,000 people watching. Thank you. The end of mental illness begins with a revolution in brain health, and our goal is to create brain warriors. Please pre-order theendofmentalillness.com, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere great books are sold. If you pre-order it and then go to endofmentalillness.com, we'll give you all sorts of gifts because we want to create brain warriors.
If you're enjoying the Brain Warriors Way podcast, please don't forget to subscribe so you'll always know when there's a new episode. And while you're at it, feel free to give us a review or 5-star rating, as that helps others find the podcast.
If you're considering coming to Amen Clinics or trying some of the brain healthy supplements from BrainMD, you can use the code podcast10 to get a 10% discount on a full evaluation at amenclinics.com or a 10% discount on all supplements at brainmdhealth.com. For more information, give us a call at 855-978-1363.